Hi, I'm Dorothea Shields, and this is Wednesday Word Share. Today I'm going to read to you a little page out of my journal, and then we're going to talk about a scripture that goes with it. Now, this came from a moment in my life when, really, it's just a week ago, it wasn't long ago at all. And I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I had just returned from a trip. I'd been gone for about a week, and that morning I had to have a little offering message for my church. And I was feeling like, wow, I'm not really prepared for this. I'm not ready. And I was just feeling a little stressed. And so I wrote in my journal, me. It's so much pressure. The Lord. It doesn't have to be. Me. Right. Sit at your feet, eat from your hand, because that's something the Lord's been showing me. The Lord, rest at my feet. I'll give you what you need. Me. Teach me how, Lord. Help me to let the pressure go. And so that was my little prayer. That was my little conversation with the Lord that morning. And you know what? As I sat, as I got still, as I rested in Him and trusted Him, He did give me a message that day. And actually, the message He gave me was last week's Word Share. And I used that as an offering message. I added a little something to it to teach people about the lifestyle of a godly, righteous person includes giving. So that was the way that He answered me in that particular situation. But even just today, this week, I'm preparing for a conference that we're having on Saturday for Overcomers, which is a ministry my husband and I oversee. And I have a lot on my plate this week. I committed to this Wednesday Word Share, so I was like, I've got to come up with something. What is it going to be? We have Wednesday night home group, and I'm like, what is that going to be? And then we have Saturday, the conference. My husband and I are both speaking at the conference, plus overseeing all of that. Then Sunday morning, we have Sunday school classes to teach, which we don't every week, but it happens to be our time to do it this Sunday. And I have the offering message again. So I have a lot on my plate, and I was just this afternoon really tired and laying down, took a little nap, which actually refreshed me a whole lot. And I was laying there waking up, and I was just going over this again. I was like, I feel so overwhelmed. And I remembered this in my journal, and I was like, I don't have to be overwhelmed. I have to trust God. And the Lord said, hey, there's your Wednesday Word Share. So the scripture that goes with it, as you might guess, is Matthew 11, 28 through 29, or 30, 28 through 30. Okay, so let's read it. It says, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So here's the thing. If you are anything like me, and I know that I am not the only one in this world who right now is going through some really difficult times. There's uncertainty in the world. There's uncertainty in life. There's uncertainty with jobs and finances, relationships, with just all of those things, with the future. You know, I'm getting a little bit older now. I'm starting to be concerned more about my future in my elderly years, okay? I'm still a little ways from that, but it's coming, and I can see that it's coming. And so I've just lately, I would say in the last 6 months or so, I feel like I've been waking up in the middle of the night just with anxiety coming upon me and trying to make me feel so worried and upset and fearful for what's going to happen. And then these times when I have a lot of pressure on myself to what I think of as perform. I need to do this and I need to do that, and I need to have this word and that word, and the time with the Lord is where that comes from anyway, right? Aside from him, we can do nothing. That's another scripture found here in Matthew. So the thing that I want to encourage you with is take the time to sit at his feet. Take the time to receive from his hand. It's from his feet that you get what you need from his hand. So, not a complicated lesson. It's just a matter of we give him our time, we give him our burdens. If we let go of worry and let him be the biggest, most massive thing in our lives, because see, when we worry, we're letting all of those things become bigger than God. And that becomes idol worship. And we don't even realize it. We don't mean for it to be. But we've got to put God back in his place of being the biggest thing. And we do that by deliberately focusing on him, allowing him to have his place, trusting him, taking the time to sit at his feet and eat from his hand. So I love you. I'll see you next week.